Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me once again. This is Chini from the Root Hag. We are going to be updating today on the status of our oregano clippings. So in the previous video, we took some clippings of the oregano plant, my mother plant that's outside. So we took these clippings, we put them in water, and it's been about 2 weeks, and these are the roots I have on her. Let's see what else we have. We also have those roots looking pretty good. And here. So as you can see, where we did the original cut at the edge of the plant, that's where most of the roots are going to be coming out of. But this type of plant, I'm not sure exactly why, but they tend to root out throughout the entire stem. So anything that's underwater will actually develop some roots. As you can see, the water was a little high, so they caught roots all the way at the top, but that's okay. 2 inches of roots, 3 inches of roots, that's good to put into soil. So I think these girls are actually ready to be potted up. So that water looks gross. Yeah. So I think they're ready to get potted up today, and we're going to see how we take care of the soil that they're going to go into in order to give these roots some time to acclimate to actually finding nutrients in soil, because water roots tend to be lankier, longer. I just ripped that root off. Did you see that? That's okay. They tend to be lankier, longer, and obviously not as strong as soil-rooted plants. What we're going to have to do is we're going to maintain the soil that we put it in moist, just to give it a chance to acclimate to the drier environment. So here they are. You see all the little roots? Okay, let's go ahead and get this done. We have some pots ready to go here, right? And we have our soil mixture. I can't really see it on camera right now, but that's okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna fill up our pot here with some soil. Not all the way. Not all the way. My soil is a homemade mixture. I include, potting soil. We add perlite, some vermiculite, and some worm castings. Worm castings are really good for replenishing nutrition in the soil. The perlite and vermiculite add some fluff to the soil, as well as giving it better aeration, because roots do need air. So when you refresh the water for roots, like plants that are rooting in water, you're actually bringing in more air, more circulation of air. So what we're going to do is we're going to just try to get that in there like that, you see? And then we're going to just add some more soil over the top to fix that out. Take care of that right now. So as you can see, with rooting plants in water, the roots are different. So you're going to want to make sure that the soil stays moist during the time that the plant is actually acclimating to being in a drier environment. Okay, so let's see, let's get the soil all around. Make sure it's completely covered. This is going to grow really tall, really fast. So we want enough soil in here to actually keep the roots and the plant stable. So I'm just going to add a little more soil to this, and we're going to go ahead and repeat the process with the other cuttings. If you have a large pot, you can absolutely put all the cuttings in the same pot. I have smaller pots currently because I would like to put these on the shop, so I want them to grow out individually. Look at that. That's gonna look really cool. Let's put that to the side. Here we have another one. Excuse the mess I'm making. That kind of just goes with the territory here. So again, just put enough soil in the bottom of the pot to go ahead and sink this baby in there. And then we're going to go ahead and add more soil to cover the rest of those roots. Okay. Let's see, just want to make the plant stable. Look at that. Okay, let's just, alrighty. There. And yeah, that one's set. This one's pretty long. So let's see if we have a bit of a deeper pot. Oh, I believe my cat is coming in through the window. Yes, she is. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so the top roots of this one aren't going to be really covered, but it's okay because we have lower roots, and she'll continue rooting within the soil as well once she's a little more acclimated. So let's go ahead and get some soil in this pot as well. Just want to give a quick thank you and a quick shout out to my current subscribers and those of you that love to comment on my plants. I really appreciate the interaction and the comments and your thoughts. It's cool to see people enjoying what I'm doing, so I suggest you continue. You go right ahead, leave me comments, questions, any kind of feedback, whatever. I'm always happy to hear from subscribers and people who are enjoying my content, so please go right ahead and do that. So now back to this one. We will just kind of push her into the bottom there gently, making sure that we're not pulling out the roots. So there, we're gonna need a little bit more soil. Let's pack her up to the max, right? So let's get this over here. Sometimes the leaves on oregano plants are a little stiff and they will break off. That's not a problem unless it's the only leaf it has on the plant. Aside from that, your oregano plant will actually be able to survive any small little snips and accidents. They're kind of built to deal with that, you know? So don't worry too much about that. I think I actually clipped one of the other ones by accident while I was planting her, but she'll be fine. She has two bigger leaves at the bottom, so she will definitely continue to root and continue to grow. So here we have that one. She is a little long, but we were able to cover those roots. So those are the 3 oregano plants that we had previously clipped from the mother plant, and this is them currently potted up. Oh, this is the one that I clipped by accident. Look at that. Okay, so see, this is a good example since I did actually accidentally cut it. So there, right? I broke it off by accident. I'm not going to get rid of this. It was an accident, yeah. I'm just going to plop this guy right here next to the other one and hope that she will actually root as well and give me a secondary plant right there. That's not even a problem. This one will actually continue growing from here. The stem broke off, so she'll just put out 2 different shoots and she'll keep growing, so I'm not even too worried about that. Of course, we got to water them, clean them off a little bit outside. I'll probably take you out there with me to do that in a little bit. But yeah, so far so good. These are our 3 cuttings of plants, of the oregano plant. So we're going to put these girls to the side for now, and we are going to look at a different plant to pot up. I have all this dirt here. Excuse the mess. We have here some micin. and a brandy. Well, this is a Philodendron branditanium, but they call it Philodendron brandy. How pretty that is, right? And these are the Philodendron mican. They're velvety and soft and smooth, and they're very pretty, very easy to propagate. Those guys, those those little balls in there, these are actually Orbeez, or what's known as like water jelly balls. My daughter actually had me purchase a bucket of Orbeez. They're these tiny, tiny little balls, and when you put them in water, they absorb the water and they grow out this big. Normally, she likes to put them in stuff and squish them around and just play with them. I went ahead and took some of her Orbeez, and because they're water retaining beads, they are actually really good for rooting plants in water, and I'm going to show you what they do. Okay, so you see inside of the Orbeez, because of the moisture, and it's not too much water, so they're not just waterlogged and drowning in these beads. It's really good for rooting them, actually. See, you have that one, and these clippings here. See, one thing about mican, they are not fast rooters like their other sisters, I guess you could say, in the breed. Mican actually take very long to root. Even in super great conditions, they're actually really slow rooters. But these girls are rooted or rooting, so we're not gonna pot them up just yet. We're gonna give them some more time to grow out some new roots. As you can see, these jelly balls are really, really delicate and soft, so you can just plop them right in without hurting the roots that you're growing out. So we're gonna just go ahead and let those girls live in there for a little longer. Maybe an update on them in a couple of weeks to see how they're doing. But I have high hopes for this brandy. I'm hoping to pot her up today. And let's check her roots. She's also in the little beads. Very cute, actually, pretty beads. They're very great for decorations. Like if you have a water plant, you can keep them in there as well. Oh, this looks good. This brandy is ready to go. Look at that. Look at that. So as you can see, philodendron and a lot of these plants that have nodes on them, they'll grow out their root from the small nodes at the edges, or where we would normally see aerial roots, right? Let's see, can you see that? I don't know if I have that in focus. But yeah, see, out of these little nodes in the edges, that's where you'll get some rooting from. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pot this girl up today. We are going to put her in some moist soil and give you an update in a couple of weeks on how she's doing. Yeah? Okay, so let's grab an empty pot. These are flexible pots, and I actually sell my plants in these types of pots with a dome cover on them in order to keep moisture in. I like these pots because you can squeeze and you can actually get your plants out faster, easier, and there's less damage to the roots when you're removing them to repot them into bigger pots. And they're actually really cool to just reuse, you know? So yeah, let's fill this guy up. We're gonna put enough soil in here to just make a little hole and push her through because she's not a big plant. So here we go, we're almost to the top there in soil. Pat it down a little bit, right? Make a little hole. My manicure is gonna be shot after this, but that's okay. Okay, and we just surround her. There we go. Don't forget to tag your plants, guys. Put those little the name tags on them, because after a while, a lot of plants in your home, you kind of forget their names. Happens to me all the time, actually. But that's okay. It's just a suggestion. Don't forget to tag your plants so that you know what you're growing at all times. And yeah, so this brandy is now potted up. We're just going to take them outside and water them to make sure that they have a nice moist environment to continue to grow in, because they did just come out of water, right? So again, these little beads, they're Orbeez. They're water retaining gel balls, I guess. I don't know. They're really fun. They're really cool. They're just like these little moist balls. You can definitely use this instead of pure water. I've noticed that it reduces the amount of fungus gnats that you get, or those little bugs that like to hang around your water plants. So now we're outside, guys, and we are going to be watering the plants that we just potted up. These plants, of course, just came out of water, and so we're going to go ahead and moisten the soil so that they can go ahead and stay in the type of environment that they are currently used to. I'm gonna water them until water starts coming out from the bottom of these pots, which means they've actually absorbed enough water in the soil. This is a very delicate watering method here. We're going to go ahead and make sure that the soil is moist. I don't want to hit them with a hard stream of water currently because, again, we just put them in here, so we don't want to really disturb them. So I'm just cleaning them off a little something, making sure that soil is nice and moist. Yeah, so I have my sprayer on a very delicate setting so that it's not too much. And we don't want to drown them or make like little air pockets with the water, because then that gives space for drying out the roots that we just took out of water, right? So yeah, so this is them nice and watered up right there. All of these guys are gonna be in the shop at some point. So there you go. See, we have all of those. We also have these guys happening, and we have, of course, those ladies right there. They are mostly in the shop already.